What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cal Life here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and today we're going to be playing some Frightfurs. I went ahead and updated my Frightfur deck from the last time that I played it. Now, I did go ahead and add Dragon Buster Destruction into here, and we threw in a Union Carrier. I did take out the Dagda, and I also removed the Artifcat Scythe. That way, you know, I can just keep locking them out for turns to come. But anyways, this is the list. I also added in some Infinite Impermanence to the deck as well. I think eventually down the line, I want to add another Frightfur Fusion into our deck. But for now, I like it like this. And then eventually I want to add a third Foolish Burial Goods. But until we do that, we can't. But anyways, we are playing a 45 card deck. I know it is a lot of cards in the deck. But honestly, I mean, it does cook because we have a lot of draw power anyways, right? And we got like discard power, so it does, you know, shrink itself. But anyways, this is a deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cat Life is signing out. See ya. All right. So once again, we are going to be going first. And so what I'm going to do is summon out the Fluffal Owl. By summoning out Owl, I can go ahead and get ourselves a Polymerization. Now I'm going to activate Poly. I'm going to use the two cards in my hand, the Wings and the Scythe, to go ahead and make ourselves a Kraken. From there, I'm going to go into the Anaconda, and then I'm going to use Verte to go ahead and get a DPE onto the field. And the reason I did this was because Kraken by himself isn't going to be too useful. It'll just be a 3000 defense unit until later. And guess what? I'm glad I did this because look at this, guys. They had themselves a DPE on the first turn. They also have themselves a Fairy Tale Luna, which is partly why I didn't activate my effect. And they're going to go ahead and use this card to go ahead and destroy a card. I'm going to use Twin Twisters to get rid of his card face down, which he's actually going to do for us anyways. So he destroys our DPE. But that's fine because now I can activate DPE's ability without Fairy Tale Luna basically negating it. So basically what the way Fairy Tale Luna works is once it activates its effect, right? What I would have to do is discard a card from my extra deck or my deck with the same name as that card. So the same card, I would have to have two DPEs to negate its effect. I don't have two DPEs in my deck. I only have one. So therefore, this is why I never activated this effect. But anyways, we do get ourselves a Fluffal Penguin onto the field, and then from there I'm going to use Celestial's ability. I'm going to grab ourselves a Poly and a Edge Imp Chain. Then I'm going to use Polymerization to fuse the Fluffal Penguin and the Edge Imp Chain to go ahead and make a Frightfur Whale. From doing this, I'm going to activate Cruel's ability, activate Edge Imp Chain's ability, and then activate Fluffal Penguin's ability. Now, the weird part is he wanted to negate the Cruel, but we play more copies of Cruel, so I can go ahead and get rid of our Cruel. We negate its effect, and then the DPE didn't activate its effect, so I'm going to use Cruel's ability to destroy myself and then destroy his thing. But because we have Sight in the graveyard, we can protect our Cruel. Now I go ahead and summon out our Edge Imp Sabres so we can go ahead and create ourselves a Frightfur Wolf. Frightfur Wolf. And basically I'm going to use this ability to power up our Wolf. And our Wolf can attack a whole bunch of times, guys. So 3000 each time on the attack. That's just going to be GG's. Woo! I thought I was going to be in a really bad spot, to be honest with you. Just because of that Fairy Tale card. Anyways, on to the next one. All right, so once again we are going first, but gosh, look at this hand, bro. We start off with 3 toy vendors. Anyways, I'm going to use 1 toy vendor to get rid of the other one, and then bam, our 1 single copy of Frightfur Fusion is now in the graveyard, and yes, that hurts. So right here, I'm going to go use Patchwork. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a Poly and a Fluffal Wings. Use both to go ahead and fuse to make ourselves a Kraken, and then from there I'm going to use Edge Imp Chains ability. We get ourselves another Patchwork, and I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn. We are gonna get hit with an Infinite Impermanence, but honestly, that's not too bad. And we notice that they're playing Cubics. Now, the one thing I know about Cubics is that they usually have a monster that can attack for gain twice per turn, right? So, knowing that, I keep our Edge Imp Scythe into our hand until they finish doing whatever it is that they're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and see him power himself up. Now I activate Edge Imp Scythe's ability. I'm going to summon out ourselves a Sabertooth. By summoning Sabertooth, I can go ahead and summon ourselves another Kraken. And then he's going to decide to activate this. He gets rid of our toy vendor first, which I appreciate him. So I grab myself a Fluffal Penguin. He's going to use his card to banish it. Draw one more cubic card. And then he's going to activate the trap card, banishing that. And honestly, I don't even know what that did. But he tried to attack. But because he couldn't destroy this one card, he couldn't attack twice per turn, which is huge. Now, my biggest issue, guys, is I do not read. I did not read this part where it says unaffected by other monsters' effects whose attack is 3,000 or less. So you're about to see me. I'm trying to do things to get rid of this thing, and I'm like, why is it not going away, bro? What is going on? Anyways, I activate Poly. I'm going to go ahead and make ourselves a Cruel. By making Cruel, I'm going to go ahead and destroy ourselves a toy vendor, and we can activate Fluffal Penguin's ability. So now we have another Edge Imp Scythe in the graveyard. We get ourselves a toy vendor, and we're gonna get the Dolphin. Now I can summon out Dolphin. I use Dolphin's ability. We're gonna get ourselves a toy vendor now onto our grave. I'm gonna activate toy vendor. I'm gonna try to banish it, but then I didn't realize because we don't have a monster with 3,000 attack originally, we can't affect it. But guess what? We draw into this. We draw into our Forbidden Droplet. I summon out our Sheep. I'm going to now get rid of the Bear and the Call by the Grave. Activate Sheep's ability. So go ahead and summon out a Edge Imp Chain. From the Edge Imp Chain, I'm going to go into Verte. Now from Verte, we can activate Edge Imp Chain's ability, get ourselves another Patchwork. From there, I'm going to use Verte's ability to summon out a DPE. Because now with the Droplet, we can actually kill this thing. Plus with DPE onto the field and our 2 Destiny cards in the graveyard, we're stronger than this thing now, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and attack, get rid of the Cubics card so he can take damage, and now our Kraken can attack twice. I'm gonna activate Cruel's ability, and they're gonna go ahead and scoop, as that was just GG's. So another strong showing by Fluffal. Fluffals are amazing, man. All right, so this is gonna be our last duel of the day, and honestly, this is probably one of my favorites. So I start off by summoning Fluffal Penguin. From there, I'm going to activate Poly. The reason I summoned Fluffal Penguin, I wanted to see if he had like an infinite, which I noticed he did not. So now with the Penguin, we can go ahead and draw 2 cards. I decided to keep the Fluffal Bear to use Fluffal Bear's ability. Then I'm going to use Patchwork. I'm going to grab myself a Poly and a Edge Imp Chain. And now from here, I'm going to use Toy Vendor. From Toy Vendor, I'm going to use Polymerization. Summon out ourselves a Sabertooth. Use the Sabertooth to grab ourselves the Kraken from the graveyard and the Edge Imp Chain from the grave as well. So now we get ourselves a Frightfur Fusion. Get the Kraken onto the field, then use a Frightfur Fusion right here. I'm actually going to be getting rid of our Edge Imp Chain. I'm going to summon out the Frightfur Cruel in defense. Then I'm going to now go into Union Carrier. I know this looks weird, but it is what it is, because now we got ourselves the Buster Lock. I'm going to get rid of Infinite Impermanence, grab myself a Fluffal Wings, which is amazing, and then just go ahead and play this card in defense. Now, what do we have right here, guys? We basically have a unkillable Frightfur Sabertooth, as this thing is unaffected. As long as we use 3 or more fusion materials, it cannot be destroyed by paddle or card effects. But on top of that, most people don't have a monster with 2,000 defense, so attack. So even though we didn't use 3 cards, I could at least use the Edge Imp Scythe to stop him from destroying it. And now we got our Fluffal Dolphin onto the field. I'm going to decide to make a Verte. From Verte, I'm going to go ahead and use a Fluffal Wings. Fluffal Wings is going to now allow me to go ahead and get rid of our Toy Vendor, and we can draw and guess what? We draw into a lot of good cards. We can now use Foolish Burial Goods, get rid of the Toy Vendor, and I think I get the Owl here. No, I get the Fluffal Bear. Okay, I thought I was going to go for Owl. Well, I get another Toy Vendor onto the field. I think right at this point, I'm going to be activating DPE. Yep. Now by activating DPE, as you can see, we're going to get rid of our Toy Vendor after we attack. So this thing gets destroyed. He's going to activate Branded in red, but he literally cannot special summon from his deck because of the busted lock. We're going to attack into that, and then we're going to go ahead and end our turn. Now, what's crazy is you're going to see me keep our Verte alive. I honestly forgot that we don't have what's it called. So I'm going to activate the Edge Imp Scythe. I'm going to destroy his card right here. He's going to use Glacia to go into one of his other monsters, which is going to be his Fallen Albez, but he can't activate this effect because of the fact that he cannot summon any extra deck monsters. Now I can use the monsters in our hand to make a Cruel. I'm going to go ahead and use DB's ability to bring it back, Fluffal Penguin's ability, draw 2 cards, discard 1, and then Cruel's ability to destroy our Toy Vendor to destroy his card as well. So goodbye his Fallen Albez. Hello, Fluffal Dog. DPE's ability comes back. Toy Vendor's ability activate. We got ourselves a Penguin onto the field. And this is going to end their turn as they can't do anything. So anyways, we get ourselves a Edge Imp Sabres. Our DPE comes back. This is basically GG's. I could just attack for game here, but I wanted to go ahead and stun a little. Why not, right? Summon out the Penguin, skip the Dog, grab ourselves a Fluffal Owl, and then from here, I'm just going to go ahead and attack. Looks good to have a nice big field, and we're going to activate this, get more damage off. I always do the more damage thing just in case it's like a mission, secret mission, or a mission reward. Because you know you need those gems, bro. We really need those gems. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. God, I love playing Frightfurs. They're so fun. But once again, Cat Life is signing out. See ya.